Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just 1 second, folks. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. 1 second here. Okay. All right. Here we are. Should be able to see my screen in about a second here. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hopefully everybody could see me and hear me okay. Thank you for all the wonderful feedback, by the way, folks. I really appreciate it. Let me make sure I posted the link everywhere. Excellent. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's begin. Let's say hello to everybody. We got Devin, Ivano, Lewis, Wayne, Lydia, Omar, Jody, Dave, David, Jill, John, Pat, James, Deanna, Ray, John, Thomas, Art, Scuba Chris, Karen the Shark, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Wade, Richard, Stephen. Good morning, Stephen. Brian, Michael, Wardog is in the house. Mike, Cifazio, Robert Henry, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Kevin, Harold, Steve, Ellen, Cheese Grade Trader, Illinois Grain Farmer, Pete, Jason, Charlie Clyde, Walt, Jesse, Justin, Dave, Spider Monkey, Henry, Christian. Good morning, Christian. John, Joyful Travels, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Tom, Sherman, Gregory, Ralph, Corey. We got Kathy. We got Tom, Sherman, Gregory, Ralph, Corey, Terrence, Eduardo, Bob. Good morning, Bob. James, Stephen, Chad. Thank you, Bob, for the bean counting. I appreciate it very much. Chad, Carlos, the sassy trainer, William, Debbie, Wesley, Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning to you, sir. Mark, Stefan, Comic Spiral, Waterford, Bill, Moondog, CJ, Jay Blazer, Michael, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Good morning. We got to get Gustavo here too. Gustavo, good morning if you're here. I'll be starting in just 1 second. Just wanted to give the folks a chance to come in the room. I actually slept an extra hour today, only woke up about half an hour earlier. I feel wonderful. It's good to be back. It's actually really nice to be back. As much as I love Europe, there's no place like home. Yeah, Nathan, I was going to ask you, what's going on with you? I haven't heard from you in a while. Um, please, let me know what's going on with you. I want to make sure you're okay. I actually was thinking about you yesterday because your testimonial was in the deck. So I was like, I haven't heard from Nathan in a while. Believe it or not, I get really attached to you guys. You know, I see you all the time. I see your names all the time. I email you all the time. So I get vested, you know? It's like my family. Timothy, Mary, Gustavo. Good morning, Gustavo. Bob. Thank you, Bob. Wow, a lot of people. Peter, Richard says he's taking his beagle. Ooh, I love beagles. That was my first dog that I wanted. I got a Yorkie instead, but I wanted a beagle. Catalyst, Trump, yeah, right. Consumer credit, KLAC. Richard, you got everything except one. D-Dog downgraded is not significant. You missed. You missed. You missed two things actually. I think you missed Goldman Sachs and you missed solar stocks. But you're listen. You're doing hell of a lot better than most. So my catalysts are tariffs, Goldman Sachs, consumer credit, as Richard says, KLAC, he got that one, and solar stocks, and I'll explain why. Yeah, Richard Del Mosto, tariffs, consumer credit, solar, and KLAC. Did you get Goldman? Did you get Goldman in there? You guys missing Goldman. Goldman upgrade. Yes, Goldman upgrade for USA. Thank you, Jeff. Goldman upgrade for USA is definitely a catalyst. And I'll talk about all that this morning. Carlos, hey Carlos, good to see you. Good to see you. Minutes, no, not yet. No, the minutes are not a catalyst. D-Dog is not a major player yet. And it's not really here nor there. Solar stocks, consumer credit. So altogether, everybody got everything. The only one you guys really missed, except for Jeff, was Goldman Sachs. But overall, you guys are getting much, much better at this. Okay, Ralph, that's not a catalyst. That's not a major catalyst. It's not driving price because it's just part of what already is there. I don't think that's going to drive anything higher because they didn't say no, yes, it's not new. Basically, they stopped and they started again. So it's kind of like they it's kind of like getting a news announcement and then 3 months later somebody says we're going to go back. No, we're going to go back. So it's kind of not here nor there. I could see why you would think it is. Okay, it's fair. It's not out of this world. You're not saying anything crazy, Ralph. Okay, you're not saying anything crazy. So the way and these are not in any specific order. I got it right here. I don't know if you guys could see them or not, but tariffs, Goldman, consumer credit, KLAC, solar. And again, they're not in any specific order, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. A fantastic job. Now, because you guys are doing a fantastic job, I have to do a fantastic job, right? So let me give you my what today's agenda for the VIP room is, okay? Because I want to impress you. So, how to combine AZP with market internals for real day trading, when to fade the market and when to go with the trend for day trading, when to trade options and when futures are the best for day trading, which trades offer the lowest risk to reward opportunities, high probability plays, 2 ways to measure risk versus reward when day trading, and then why the market structure is the most important tell the market gives you. Does that sound like something you guys, and by the way, you could use all this for swing trading if you wanted to. You could use all this information if you wanted to swing trade too. That's my agenda that's my agenda. Yeah, Carlos, you got that right about Goldman Sachs. Yep, that's exactly right. That is a catalyst. That's a major catalyst. When one of the top 3 investment banks raises the level for USA, that's a catalyst. No question about that. That'll cause, yeah, that's huge. Right. That will cause people to want to invest more in USA. Okay. So again, here's the agenda for the VIP room today. And I dare anybody to tell me it's not a great agenda because I curated it myself this morning. Combining tools from AZP with market internals, how to combine the two things together, when to fade the market and when to go with the trend, when to trade options and when you want to trade E-minis, which trades offer the lowest risk to reward opportunity for high probability plays, 2 ways to measure risk versus reward when you're day trading, and why the market structure is the most important tell the market gives you. Okay? So that's my agenda, and I'm sticking to it, okay? Here it is if you want to see it right here. And it will be put in the Trading Zone members area. I told Deanna to cut it and put it in the members area, okay? Here's the agenda. It's carved in stone. It'll be recorded, Carlos, and put in the members area. So that's the agenda in the VIP room, and I dare anybody to tell me that it's not a great agenda. All right, let's continue. Here's the link once again. Also, remember, Customer Service Live is a great place to go. Here, let me copy that. Cam and Gustavo will help you guys every step of the way. Okay. Hey, Bugs. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Sifazio. Thank you, Omar, Jesse, Jeff. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys very much. All right. So, what's going on with the market? Where are we right now? How do we navigate this? Well, the first thing we see right here is And by the way, folks, if I'm going a little too fast or if you want me to repeat something, just ask. I mean, I'm not a robot, and sometimes I get a little excited myself. Okay. So, right here, Dow is negative, NASDAQ is positive. First thing we see is we have divergence. Okay. Whenever you have divergence right away, what is that telling us? We have a weak market structure. That means not everything is moving aligned in the same direction. So before I get into all the commodities and all that stuff, do we have a huge move pre-open? No, we don't. We don't have a huge move pre-open. Oh, I forgot to give you my small cap stock. Sorry. The small cap stock of the day is NDRA, and we want to see it here. Let me show you the ticker symbol. It's this stock right here, NDRA, and you would want to buy if it goes above 1116. It has to break 1116 or 1130, somewhere low 11s. It has to be here. The high here is, excuse me, 1114. The high is 1114. So it has to break above 1114. So if you want to set an alert for yourself, that's the small cap stock that we're looking at today. This is a small cap stock, okay? All right. That's the level, and it's NDRA. The stock is only up 180% this morning so far, pre-open. All right. Wanted to kind of give you that. Now let's talk about the regular market. I promised you every morning I'll give you my number one small cap stock. Okay. It literally takes me a second to find it, and I know some of you are Warrior Trader fans, Ross fans. So hopefully it'll help you. Yeah, above 1114, Brian. Above with volume during the session, okay? With volume. So we could see right now we're entering a very, very this market does not have a lot of legs. First of all, whenever you see the Dow Jones diverging from the Nasdaq, that's already bad because think about this, right? Think about a value fund. Think about a stock fund that has what are big Dow stocks? Industrial stock. It has a defense stock, a tech stock, and a blue chip stock. The blue chip stock is going to go down, and meanwhile, NASDAQ is going to go up, and it's going to create this flubber for you, this non-directional bias for you, okay? Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Folks, please make sure while you're here, in order to make this a better experience, please hit the auto 1080, and force 1080, especially if you're on a portable device or a wireless device, because your internet will want to bring it down to like 360 or 480, and you're not going to see crap. But if you bring it to 1080, it's reasonably good, okay? Reasonably good, okay? I'm seeing it right now. Okay, so while you're there, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I'm going to give myself one too. We'll keep that between us. All right, let's continue. So you could see whenever you have divergence, and also this move is random. This is not over 100, 150. So basically there's nothing going on, and we have divergence. Whenever you have divergence, that's a big red flag that the market's not going to go directionally. Okay. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Good to see you, Brian. Julian here. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Here's the link again for the VIP room, and I already gave you my agenda, which is pristine, and I'll talk about it again. And here is the link for Customer Service Live. You definitely want to go there. That's okay, Stacy. I understand. And you guys can also rewind this, and watch it from the beginning if you're late. So I don't like this divergence. As far as federal data today, let's just quickly take a look at it. These auctions are not big auctions. Tomorrow's auction, the 10-year auction, that's a major auction. So I don't think the bond auctions are going to play a role. And consumer credit is not a major report. So I don't think we're going to see that big of a catalyst from consumer credit, but keep an eye on it, okay? Keep an eye on it because you just don't know what it's going to be. But you could see here, we're all over the place. Historically, this report does not have a lot of legs. You're welcome, Thomas. You're welcome, and thank you. Okay. Tomorrow we have, I see that people have this crown thing on there. I appreciate that. Very kind of you guys. Very, very cool. FOMC minutes tomorrow. That's going to be a major, major catalyst. So tomorrow, when I ask you what's a catalyst, FOMC minutes and petroleum status reports are clear catalysts. All right, what's the bond market doing? Are we getting any directional bias from the bond market? Well, we are. The problem is it's moving in the wrong way. It's moving down, which puts pressure on stocks. I drew this level for you. I don't even know why I drew this level here for you. Let me take this off. There's a key level right here, right there. That's really where the key level is. So we still have some room to 84, the mid 80, the high 84s, low 85s. We still have room here. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see this break this level, this 80, just say 85 level. Okay, let's put it 85 level on TLT and go lower, because if we break this level, we may start hitting lows again, and that will increase yield substantially. Okay. All right. That will repeat substantially. Let me ask you guys, what is that crown I see? Is that something new? The crown, I see crown number 1, number 3. There's a crown there. What is that crown? Maybe I'm confused or something. What's with the crown? Is that like something that YouTube gives you, the crown? You get XP for interacting the top 3. You get interacting. They give you a crown. Oh, that's very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you. I didn't understand that. Very nice. Very, very cool. Top fans counter. Oh, you guys are awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being interactive. So this level right here, when it breaks, this level right here, we may go lower. And if we break this level and go lower and we don't bounce from here, we're not in a good spot. Also, I hate to say I told you so, but remember I drew this black line? I drew this line before I left for my trip. And I told you if we break this level, the stock market's going to soften. Well, we've been below this level now for the 3rd session. And we don't have any major catalyst for the bond market today. It's very cool. Very cool, Jeff. I like the crown. It's very good. Royalty, very good. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, top 3 fans get one. Wow. Anyway, very cool. Very cool. So keep an eye on the 85 level, but this is not making the stock market warm and fuzzy. I'm letting you guys know right now. This bonds down, yield up. Remember, the relationship between bond and yield is 100% opposite. So as bonds go down, yield goes up. This increases rates and puts pressure on our economy. And you guys know exactly what, hey Cam, good morning. You guys know exactly what happens when interest rates go up. Housing stocks fall, consumer stocks fall, retail stocks fall. It's not pretty. US dollar. Well, US dollar is still coming up. All right. But we got till this level. See, I drew this black line for you because this black line and this red line will determine when the trend will start shifting. So far, this downtrend is very, very steep, as you could see. Look at the slope. It's, I don't know, maybe 40 degrees, 35, 40, anything over 20 degrees. And you can eyeball, but 20 degrees is walkable, okay? Anything beyond walkable, you could tell I build hillside homes in LA when I start talking about 20-degree slopes. Anyways, anything beyond 20 degrees is a strong slope. This is a pretty strong slope. So as long as we're below the 100 par, we're bearish. But this is not really that meaningful to me. This is not that meaningful. This is happening because interest rates are going higher. But I think we may revert once we come off a little bit. I think interest rates will stop around here and just consolidate. I don't think we're going to break down much further. And I think that'll cause the US dollar to start coming back down. Okay. So the level is 97.5, and then the major level is obviously par. Yeah, slopes are not a problem with Florida. In California, 20 degrees is very important. The streets have to be 20 feet wide. You have to be 20 feet away from the fire thing. It has to be. There's a thing with 20 in California if you're a builder, hillside builder. So I build like 20 hillside homes in California, so unfortunately, so I know this. Anyway, right here is our make it or break it level right here. And then the 50-day. Now, I'm very skeptical the US dollar is going to go up. I'm pretty confident that it will come to this level. And unless we hear something new from in regards to tariffs, we're just going to revert back down. This is a very weak move. You could see these are overlapping candles. And I don't have volume here, but this is not very meaningful. This is a counter trend kind of move, kind of like this, kind of like this. If a real move with legs would have a bar like this, would have a bar like this. Overlapping candles, not a lot of directional bias, not a lot of junk. Okay. All right. Eduardo, NDRA, when it goes above the pre-market high, which is at, I already gave you, I think, 1014 or something like that. Yeah. It's got to go above this level right here. That's your buy level right here. If it doesn't go above here, you do nothing. Okay. All right. All right. Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is consolidating. It's not really doing much. And unfortunately, this is what I'm seeing ahead for the stock market, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I like the fact that we're up in this trend, but we got to break above 87. If we don't break above 87, there's nothing going to be good for Bitcoin. And I would be very cautious right now, especially because of the time of the year. Okay. Also, you would think energies being weaker would boost Bitcoin. It's not really doing it either. So be careful. Right now, I would say we are within this channel right here between 87 and 80. And again, I like the fact that we're above this trend right here, but I don't like the fact that this price action is extremely random. Okay. Extremely random. Hey, Richard, good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. By the way, did anybody take a piece of Palantir yesterday in the pit? Anybody take a little piece of Palantir? I was back yesterday. I gave you Palantir. Let me know if you guys made out like a bandit with Palantir. And folks, how about some thumbs up? How about some thumbs up? We got almost 500 people in here. I'm assuming you guys are benefiting from this. How about some thumbs up? Oh yeah, definitely sending prayers to all the people from in Texas. Awful situation. Awful situation. Awful. I mean, awful situation. Hey, Jill. Hey, Lydia. Good, good, good. That's okay, Richard. Good, good. I'm glad you guys made out like bandits on Palantir. Good. I still like Palantir, by the way. I'll talk about that in a little bit today. So Bitcoin, I'm not seeing a lot of directional bias right now. We want to break this level. We got to break this level right here. Okay. And I told you that I like it. I like Palantir as a swing. Okay. Gold, what is gold doing? Absolutely nothing. It's interesting. You could see that gold has no directional bias. If gold has no directional bias, if well, interest rates do have directional bias right now, but Bitcoin does not have any directional bias. Gold doesn't have directional bias. That means global markets are slowing down. And remember, folks, August is right around the corner, and markets usually are pretty are pretty. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Their August markets are a little woofy, okay, and also beginning of September, okay. So nothing on gold. I want to see gold, as I mentioned. I want to see gold above 30. This line right here. I want to see this channel. This red. I want to see this intersection of the red and black. I want to see gold closing above that level. Also, it's not that gold is going down or up. It's doing nothing. And same thing with Bitcoin. It's doing nothing. And what I'm fearful is that the stock market will start doing exactly the same thing. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. Okay. China, what's China doing? Nothing. Look at these bars. There's no directional bias from global markets right now. Okay. There's no directional bias from gold right now. There's no directional bias from Bitcoin right now. We do have directional bias from US dollar and bonds, and that tends to influence stocks the most. But again, it's something to be mindful of. Okay. Something to be mindful of. Good. Folks, let me give you a link once again. This is the link to my VIP room. We have about 100 people that came in the last 15, 20 minutes. Here's the link and here's my agenda. I'm going to be talking. One second here. Oh, very nice. One second, one second, one second. The agenda is combining tools from AZP with market internals for real day trading, when to fade the market and when to go with the trend with day trading, when to trade options and when to trade E-minis for day trading, which trades offer the lowest risk to reward opportunities, two ways to measure risk versus reward, why the market structure is hyper important, and why I spent so much time talking about it in the morning. So very important. Here's a link again. Please don't very, very important today. I'm going to give you guys real value. And if you need clarifications or understanding of something, please visit Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo, and sometimes the Jax show. All right. So keep an eye on bonds and US dollar. If the moves dwindle in these two, then I'm not seeing the US stock market getting a lot of directional bias. Okay. China also not really doing much. Not really doing. Sometimes it's not what the market does. Sometimes it's what the market is not doing. You know, folks, when you're dealing with people, sometimes it's not what they say, it's sometimes what they don't say. Well, the markets work exactly the same way. Okay? The markets work exactly the same way. Crude oil. Crude oil is doing nothing. I think we're just going to get stuck right here and then just come back to the base. I see absolutely no catalyst for crude oil going higher or lower right now, especially with where we are with gold and so forth. So I'm not really seeing a major catalyst. Now, let's talk about the stock market, and I'll explain to you why I'm fearful that we're going to lose our directional bias and start doing nothing once again, which means probably cooling off and going back to the support level. I'll talk about that in detail in a minute. Okay. Hey, Angie. Angie, good to see you. You don't say good morning anymore. Good to see you, Angie. Very good to see you. I hope you're doing well, and I hope the summer is going well for you. Angie is work to wonder. Good to see you. Good to see you, Angie. All right, let's go over the catalysts and then jump into the stock market. Okay, I'll make this a little bigger. Jitters over Trump's latest tariff moves eased, giving way to caution optimism that there is still ample room for further negotiations. I'm not going to get too deep into that. Trump began sending letters to global trade partners, notifying them of new tariff rates if trade agreements aren't reached. Japan, South Korea. Do you guys remember? And again, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I'm just going to get frustrated and it's just walking around in circles. But you remember something something about we're getting trade partners calling us nonstop. We're going to have 100 trade deals or 90 deals in the next, or 100 trade deals within the next 90 days. Do you guys remember that? That was just like a couple of months ago. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I don't remember, but I remember they were saying that other countries can't wait to have deals with us. But it doesn't seem that way now. It just doesn't seem that way right now at all. Super busy. I got you. I got you. I remember. Remember, we have 100 deals already. We have people calling us. Whatever. All right. So South Africa. So basically, he's negotiating with himself again. 14 countries have received letters regarding tariffs, and White House stated more letters will be sent out. Folks, if this is the way he's going to do it, we're not going to get very far. Trump also signed an executive order pushing back the start date for the so-called reciprocal tariffs. August 1st, though the president noted the deadline was not firm. Like, I no comment. He would consider extension if countries made proposals. Nobody's making any proposals. Investors believe Trump escalates his trade war only to later to de-escalate it, betting that any final tariff will be imposed at levels the global economy can withstand. I have no idea. My head is totally spinning right now. I don't even know. Like, I asked Matt, like, are we still this? Are we still there? Or are we there? I can't keep track with Trump's negotiation tactics. I just can't. I don't know. I have no comment because I have no idea where the hell we are right now. So I don't even ask me about these tariffs because I just don't know where we're at anymore. I know one day we're doing this, next day we're doing this, the next day we're going back. My head is just spinning right now. And finally, you will not be hearing from me about them because I just don't know what to say anymore. Tesla, I mentioned to you yesterday, Tesla was in the red. Again, a new American party. I completely agree with Trump about his opinion on these third parties because all they do is disrupt our system. We have a two-party system in America. I think this is just him being pissed off. I don't think he needs to be doing this. My advice for Elon Musk is this: get the hell out of politics and start building cars again. Okay, just forget about politics. Just walk away. For, just go home and make cars. Okay, that's my advice for Elon Musk. Chip stocks lost ground because of KLAC, which is a major player. So we're still looking for weakness in these stocks. Goldman lifted its 3, 6, and 12-month return forecast. That's a pretty darn good catalyst. A lot of investment bankers and institutions listen to Goldman Sachs, Goldman, Merrill, and Goldman, Merrill, and Morgan. They're now raising it to 6,900, which is actually pretty significant. The bank project the benchmark will climb 6,400 over the next 3 months. Not that far from what I'm saying. I think I said 6,400 by the end of the year. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, I don't want to get into deep politics. I'm done with all that. I don't know what's going on with the tariffs. I hope he does because I'm confused. We have a 95% chance of no rate change. We have consumer credit data today at 3 o'clock. I don't think this is going to be a major catalyst. I think it's going to be a solo play. Europe, as you could see, Europe is flat. That does not bode well for USA. Okay, Europe is flat. Trade develop. Everybody's focused on August 1st deadline, which is actually not that far away. China closed a little bit higher. You saw here, China is not really moving directionally very much. Europe is not really moving directionally very much. Solar stocks, which is a catalyst today. I'll explain why in a minute. We have been taking advantage for long. All the talk is just noise. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly, George. That's exactly it. It's just I can't take it anymore. There's always yes, Michael. I agree with you. I agree with you. Japan was higher on cautious optimism that the country could secure a trade deal before U.S. President Trump newly extended tariff deadline. Again, they're noise. Solar stocks. Solar stocks are down today. That's a major catalyst. Usually, when solar stocks go down, traditional energy stocks rise or at least get some support. So keep an eye out for traditional energy for inverse place today. Okay. But yeah, solar stocks are down. By the way, I want you guys to know when solar stocks have some of the best intraday moves. So I'm going to be looking at these for day trades today and possible overnight trades in the pit. These things can move 4, 5, 6 points a day, cleanly. So I will be looking out for these, and I will be keeping you appraised of this in the pit as I usually am. All right. KLAC, catalyst. Why is it a catalyst? Well, look at SMH. Constituents. I keep driving this home every single day. KLAC, it's almost 5% of the index. It's bigger than Intel. It's bigger than Qualcomm. It's like Micron, LRCX, Applied Materials. It's a big baby. That's a big boy. Okay? That's a catalyst. We have negative catalysts from chips today. That's not a good sign. Okay? All right. So catalysts, if you're just coming in here, catalysts once again. Tariffs, Goldman Sachs, consumer credit, minor catalysts at 3 o'clock, KLAC, and solar stocks. They are not in any particular order. I do not write catalysts in any order because we just don't know. Okay. What about volatility? Well, volatility is doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. That tells me that the stock market, more likely than not, yep, first AIM Applied Materials, now KLAC. This tells me that there's absolutely no bias in the stock market right now. But the fact that we're below 20 is positive, okay? Is positive. What about sectors? Let's look at sectors. Yesterday, I told you we were shifting from a bullish bias to a neutral bias. Let's take a look today. Doesn't it help? Isn't it great? We go through the same story every day and we built on it. That way, you guys have some continuity. You guys kind of see where we're coming from. This way, you guys can start thinking for yourselves. Okay. And for me, you guys thinking for yourselves is very important. Yes, he okayed weapons for Ukraine, making him my wife's hero once again. My wife is very vested in this Ukraine war. She has a charity to help Ukrainians. So she was really pissed off when they cut off the aid, and now she's happy again. So remember what I said to you a week ago when we looked a week ago. We had very strong tech stuff here. We had this is going back a week ago. This is June 27th. So I'm just going back a week, okay? Semiconductors, communication, technology, QQQ. That's very speculative. That's very speculative. That's right. Teaching us routines so you can take more of it. That's exactly what I'm doing. Peanut says, yes, it's so great to plan today. Good. George, it's anytime a chip stock gets downgraded and is down pre-open over 1%, that's a catalyst. Look, that's a catalyst. 100%. And most folks here will tell you 100%. If you don't think chips will influence the market, oh boy. So let's go back here real quick. Let's come back here. So a week ago, you could see what was leading, right? I don't have to explain it to you. You could see it with your own eyes. Here. Semiconductors, communication, technology, QQQ. Look where QQQ is. The Dow already started coming up by Friday. So we already started losing a little fragmentation. You could see here, like Thursday, look, Bitcoin, technology, home builders, semiconductor, financials, communication. This is highly speculative, okay? Now let's look at it today. Basic materials, home builders, Russell, consumer staples. Ugh. Basic materials and consumer staples are not speculative. They're defensive. Okay. Well, technology's here, but let's look where semiconductors are. How about QQQ? Do you guys think the market can go much higher with QQQ being down here? As a matter of fact, I want to show you something. Let's go 1 week ago. Memorize these sectors. Semiconductor, communication, technology, QQQ, right? Now let's look at it today. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you were supposed to be up here. Semiconductors, QQQ, consumer discretionary communication services. I'm going to show you this again. And if you're not paying attention, then you're being foolish. Look 1 week ago. Look at this, write down these sectors. Semiconductor, communication, technology, QQQ. They were leading. This is going into Friday. This is Thursday. This is Friday morning before the session last week. Okay. Now look at it today. Wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to be up here? What do we have? Do you guys understand this? QQQ is not up here. It's down here. Consumer discretionary communication are down here. Semiconductors are down here. Everything that was up here is now down here. Do you guys understand what I'm saying right now? All the sectors that were leading a week ago, semiconductor, communication, technology, QQQ, right? Leading the market higher. Look where they're at right now. Do I need to say anything else? Do you guys I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying and the gravity of that. And also the fact that nobody in the world does this except me. So all the stocks, all the cool stocks when the market was going up last week that were up here are now down here. Do you think that's important? Look, I'm going to go do this again. Look, 1 week ago, semiconductors, communication, technology, QQQ. Today, consumer discretionary, communication, semiconductor, QQQ. The leading stocks that were leading the market higher to new highs are no longer leading. Does that mean fragmentation? Check mark. Does the fact that bonds are going down, is that bad for the market? Check mark two. Is the fact that semiconductors got downgraded today another check mark three? That's a lot of check marks. That's a lot of check marks. Weekly performance, William. Look. Weekly. This is 5-day performance. It's percentage performance. Yes, small caps are more sensitive to interest rates. Where are small caps, anyways? But my point, and I don't want you to go too deep into this. All I want you to see is the fact that the speculative stocks, when markets run up, these stocks are up here. Okay? All right. So we don't have directional bias to the upside, do we? No, we don't. Okay. All right. Fair enough. What about sector strength? I mean, we had 400 stocks making 20-day highs just yesterday, didn't we? Oh, wow. Look at this. Going into yesterday, we had 481 stocks making 20-day highs. Today, we have 114 stocks making 20-day highs. Ay, caramba. Let's look at directional plays now. Do we have over 100 stocks making 52-week highs? No, we have 58. Do we have over 100 stocks making 20-week highs? No, we have 41. Do we have over 100 stocks making 50-day highs? No, we have 56. And do we have over 100 stocks making 90-day highs? No, we're right at 100. Do you want to see what this number was yesterday? 365. Do we have directional bias from our directional stocks? No, we don't. Okay, so let's review. Sectors are not aligned to the bullish side. We're not having any run from the gold market. The bond market is breaking down. Okay, all of these things are negative for the stock market, and we don't have our directional stocks are not running anymore at all. I just told you 5 things that have nothing to do with each other. I mean, in a direct way, that are all telling us there's no reason for the stock market to go higher. All right. I did say a few nice words for our president. I said my wife likes him now because he's giving Ukraine weapons again. I just did mind control. I did a few seconds ago. I did. I don't really have too many problems with him. I have problems with Musk. I'm not a fan of that guy, and I never liked him, by the way. Like, go back 5-6 years, look at my videos. They'll tell you the exact same thing. All right. So let's look at charts. So let's review. Let's review real quick. Let's review. What would make me think the market is not going up today? Okay. Bonds are going down. We have no directional bias from Japan, from China, or from Europe. As of right now, we have divergence between the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. We don't have speculative sectors leading, and 50-day highs, 90-day high, 6-month highs, and 52-week highs are not showing a lot of momentum. I just named 5 things that are all telling us the market has a reason not to go up today. Okay. All right. So I didn't say down. I said not going up. There's a big difference between not going up and going down. Okay. So let's look at charts now. Now that we have the background, now that we have all the data, Now that we took the market, we opened up the brain and we started picking apart everything and we started seeing how everything is related to each other. Now let's look at charts, okay? I'm telling you guys, doing it this way really helps you out. I don't even know if we're going to have a pop. I'm just not seeing anything. Okay, what are mega caps doing? Let's look at a monthly chart. Do you see a major runaway? Are they running away with the circus? Not really. I mean, they're above the 8-day EMA, but we got a lot of stuff here. There's no clear directional bias. And look at volume the last 3 days. Look at volume the last 3 days. That's another thing that's happening. We're not having volume. Okay. Let's look at SPY. Yep, context. What is the SPY doing the last couple of days? Is the SPY going up the last few days? No. Again, now, by the way, I didn't say the market's going to go down. I'm answering the question of what are the odds of the market going up. The market doesn't necessarily have to go down. And I'm not really seeing anything super bearish except for the bond market. I'm thinking more of consolidation pause. Remember what I've been saying for 2 weeks now. No, 2.5 weeks now. Nothing is going to happen directionally till we come back to this level. And I still say the same thing. We need to come back to this breakout level. We need to come back to the 604.53. We need to come back down here before going higher. Okay. Now, is that saying the market's going to go down a lot? No, just a little, a little pullback to consolidate, to kind of put us in a position where we can go back higher again. Okay. Okay. Now, what about NASDAQ? Let's look at NASDAQ. What's NASDAQ doing the last couple of days? Doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's Monday and that's today. I think it's just going to kind of do nothing or just very little directional bias. Ultimately, I think we're going to be coming down to this level right here, 530, 530, 770, somewhere right in this area. Somewhere right in this area here. And I'm not touching this line till we get there, by the way. Right around here. Somewhere right here, maybe a little higher. That's okay too, as long as we touch this area, the VWAP right here. But till we touch this VWAP or come to this area, I don't think we're going to go much higher. Is this really a lot higher? Not really. This is to me, this price action feels like a rubber band being stretched, forced. It does. And volume also, look at volume. It's coming down. Look at volume. It went from 53 million to 44 million. Volume is coming down. There's not a lot of firepower here. Okay. Not a lot of firepower here. I think we're going to break down below the 8-day. What about SMH? I'm doing good on time today, actually. I may be able to get to work on time. Same thing. Same thing. What about the Dow Jones? Again, right here is that level, 265. Remember our 265 level? We need to revisit 265 before going higher. How long have I been saying that? About right here, since right here. Okay. Folks, how about some thumbs up? Let's see how many thumbs up we have. I really am going out of my way to give you guys the best analysis possible. Not really. No, Jeff, because this is not real market movement. To me, this is just kind of like a sluggish. This is not that meaningful to me, especially on the low volume. This is more of like choppy, let's see what's going to happen next kind of a approach. And I think that's exactly where the market is right now. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Look at volatility. Look at how flat volatility has gotten. I think we're just going to kind of stay in this area. Okay. I think for the market to really go higher, we need to break below 1580. 15. We need to break below this area. Do I think that's going to happen today? No, I don't. Okay. What about the Dow? Let's look at the Dow Jones. Same thing. Same thing. Up to right here. 436, maybe even 443, 43, 200, right around here. Okay. Okay. And lastly, RSP. So, folks, I want you to know something, and I want to make sure Jeff raised this issue. I want to make sure we're clear. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to go down a lot. I'm just saying we're not really going to go up, and we're going to kind of consolidate, drift. Uh, I think you're all understanding what I'm saying. Kind of like what the market's been doing, like kind of opening up a little higher and then just kind of drifting lower, or just kind of opening and just not really doing much. Now remember, everything I'm saying is subject to catalysts. If Donald Trump comes out and says something like, "I changed my mind and we're not going to," I'm making this up. This is just we're not going to have any tariffs for the next 3 months. The market will probably that will be a catalyst, but I'm assuming none of that will happen. I'm assuming that we're not going to have any more announcements intraday. Just not seeing a lot of directional bias. Not seeing a lot of directional bias, and I think the fact that sectors, the sectors that are leading are taking a crapper, that we have a lot of fragmentation. Look, technology's here, semiconductors are here, QQQ's here, this is not good when consumer discretionary communication are at the bottom. And also, again, we don't have anything driving. We have 56 stocks making 50-day highs. We have 58 stocks making 52-week highs. What's the silver lining here? There is a silver lining. The silver lining is the stocks that are moving higher are doing a really good job of moving higher. And it's easy to find stocks that are moving higher because yesterday the market was doing this all day and you could just see pallet. Take a look at the stocks I'm going to give you right now. Most of these stocks are the same stocks I've been calling out the last couple of days. All right. So let me give you shorts first. PGR. Most of these shorts are sloppy and they don't look great. Just letting you know, they look okay. I've picked out the best of the best for you. Okay. There's not a lot to work with. Let me show you this 90-day lows. There's 27 stocks. This is yesterday, 365 and 27. And we have, today we have 100 to the upside and 27 to choose from to the downside. So there's not a lot of directional bias to the downside either, just FYI. It's more of like a nothing market. ELV, CNC, I've given you this stock before. Yeah, good day for time decay, 100%, which means I have to put something in weekly cash flow for you guys. MOH, that Tesla trade we took is taking a bath. Nice downside stock here. SLP. Those are the best of the best to the short side. There's just nothing out. It's hard to choose from 27 stocks. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now to the upside, we have some doozies, okay? Unfortunately, very narrow list of stocks is going up, but we don't need a lot. We don't need a lot, okay? We just need our list. Unfortunately or fortunately, these are all the stocks that I've been talking about the last few days, and Richard probably has most of them. Let me know, Richard, if that's the case. Snow, GEV. Yes, I gave you every one of these on my list the last few days in the pit. Uber. I took Uber yesterday long for myself, actually. Roblox. Is that a new one? God, we've been talking about the stock almost every day. Nice looking stock. Newmont Mining, gold stocks. There's a couple of gold stocks that are starting to come up. This is new. This is new, by the way. That's new. That's the first time I've got a gold stock on here in quite some time. I'm not being facetious. I'm serious. Boeing, very hard stock to trade. The market makers on the stock are really good. If you can learn to day trade Boeing, just Boeing and nothing else, you would amaze me. I know a lot of pros who cannot trade this stock. They always lose money on this stock. Schwab, still looking pretty good. TPR, this is a new one on my list. I think the only two stocks that are surprising me on this list is TPR, Newmont, and this one, CCJ. Every other stock we've been talking about day in and day out. Okay. All right, folks, that is all I have for you for today. Remember something very important. VIP room today, VIP room. I wouldn't be shorting Roblox. I would never short a stock that's in a trend like this. Two-tone boxing club. You never, ever, ever want to short stocks that are above these levels. And if you make money on the stocks, give it to charity. Yeah. There you go, Moondog. Good for you. Good for you. Don't short stocks that are doing this. If you short a stock that's doing this, what you're saying is that you're smarter than every one of these people right here. I'm not smarter than every one of these people right here. Okay. I only short stocks that are doing this. Okay. I don't short stocks that are making new highs every other day. Do you have any idea how much institutional sponsorship it takes to drive a stock like this? So you're basically saying that you know better than everybody who got in here. That's a big mistake. Don't do that. All right. VIP room, guys. VIP room. What's the agenda for the VIP room today? Combining tools, AZP, with market internals, when to fade the market and when to go with the trend, when to trade options, when to trade E-minis, which trades offer the lowest risk to reward opportunities, 2 ways to measure risk versus reward, why the market structure is the most important thing the market will give you. Richard says, I'm in 4 of the ones you called out. There you go. Yes, Roblox is definitely along. All right, folks. Here's, again, customer service slide. Let me give you that too. Let me give you that link. Want to make sure you guys get the Cam and Gustavo show. If you guys are benefiting from this, is this working out for you? If you like my morning show, please send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com. Here's my email address, at rogerscott.com, and let me know if you're enjoying them. And let me know if you want me to change something, if you have some constructive criticism. I always like constructive criticism. And I will talk to you later. I will be in the VIP room at noon. Don't miss out. We're going to have a fantastic session. Lastly, I'm back from Europe. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Be careful today, folks. Be careful. Be careful. The market's not looking like it really wants to do anything. And we may accelerate our exposure to the downside. Keep an eye on TLT. Very important, TLT, and keep an eye for the 85 level. Ciao.